What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron. Had a little bit of a tricky situation earlier today. Usually you've been streaming at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. Today we're here at like 7:15. But we are gathered here today to hop on Underdog and do a nice little Best Ball Mania draft here. We've been doing them every Monday. I think I'm like 7 or 8 deep here. We're not going to waste any time. Just going to hop straight into one because I do have a bit of a hunch that I think it probably does better in the algorithm to not have me yap for, however long, but just to get into a draft real quick. So this is Underdog Fantasy, $25 BBM entry. If anyone wants to come in here, do so now. Forever hold your peace. But how are we doing? Who's in here? Who's in the chat? Who's been waiting? We got 4 people we're waiting on in this BBM lobby here. How are we? We got Rock in here, hitting me with I guess that's a jeans emoji. But yeah, if you're in here, leave a like, say what's up. How are we, man? We got Levi's, this guy, Titan Super Bowl. Perfect timing for this stream. I'm debating on a trade, and my rookie draft is a quick draft and starts in an hour. Let me know what's up, Steve. We got Mike Murray in here. What's up? What's up, Mike Murray? All caps from the jump. Will Ron be live from a treadmill? I did see Pete do that last year. I don't know if he's doing that again this year, but we are already 2 Underdog Cardio Club drafts deep, which if you're not familiar with the Cardio Club, why not pull it up on the screen as we wait for this draft to fill? But as always, if you're new to Underdog Fantasy, use promo code RON and they'll match your first deposit up to $250. They do a 50% deposit match. So if you deposit $500, they'll match $250. If you deposit $100, they'll match $50. And you get a special pick'em in the pick'em lobby to add to your pick'em slip with other projections. I think that there's hockey on tonight. I'm actually gonna be sort of watching this game with a bunch of my boys here. Or actually, no, I can't pull up the Cardio Club. But Cardio Club is something that we've been doing pretty much every year, where you just have to log in BBM drafts while you're doing cardio, and you get a bunch of cool stuff where you get like rake backs, so you get some there's like a percentage of every draft that goes to Underdog. That's the only way that they can be profitable, and you can get some of that money back. You get some cool merch as well. So it's something that I've always done just to get some cardio in. I think you have to do 7 of them, post them on Twitter by the end of May, and then it just goes on throughout the whole summer. So I'm hoping to do 10, 20, 30, something like that. But how are we? Will we be right on time? Maybe he should take the role of Marty McFly in Back to the Future. Come on now. I did put the link at the top of the this show, or like at the top of the live chat. But you can see, man, I went golfing today around lunchtime, just a quick 18 with a buddy, and I get back to my car, and a golf ball hit my windshield. I will be honest, I was a bit of an idiot when it came to parking my car. I probably shouldn't have had the windshield facing one of the holes. Just freak accident, but also probably could have been avoided if I was more strategic about where I parked. So yeah, I had to deal with that. That's why we're a little bit late here. I was on the phone with insurance. I was on the phone. I have a Civic, so I was on the phone with the Honda dealer that hooked me up with the Civic. Maybe I have like a warranty on the windshield. It's a whole big thing. And no, my insurance does not cover it. I have a $500 deductible, and it's going to be like $480. So it's going to be all on me, but whatever. I'm here, drafting teams, having a good time. I wipe my ass with a windshield replacement. We got Bindles in here. What's up? We got GMs all around here. Come on, can I get this the way that I want it? There we go. Let's get this started. We got Eduardo in here. What's going on? We got Brian in here. Love the channel. Thank you, man. What's up? Love your work and the number crunching. Thank you. Some people hate the number crunching. Some people just want me to not, get resources from outside people. I think Charles FFB might be Scott Connor. This might be Scott Connor, fellas. I don't know. Any of you guys out there know? I don't know if he runs. I think that this is his Twitter handle, so it's got to be. Scott Connor's probably someone I should have on the show. Feels like I should have had on the show by now. I'd love a 109 Bijan. I don't think it's going to happen here. If not, we will take Puka. He is on the thumbnail here, so it could be a nice little, I don't know what you want to call it. And Bijan goes, okay, so we're going to go Puka. That's who's on the thumbnail. Why not? We'll match up with the thumbnail. Boom. Puka from the 10 spot. All right, so we are in a draft with Scott Connor. That's fun. I've been drafting while biking an elliptical long after my injury makes it go by way faster. Oh, yeah, it did. What kind of injury you got, Christian? I know that you were wrestling for a while. At, like, maybe South Dakota State, which is, like, I feel like a pretty legit D1 spot. Christian, man. Absolute OG of the channel, by the way. Shout out, Christian. OG of the channel. All right, what do we got coming back here? I was going to say, no shot we get Garrett Wilson. I would have loved if we got Garrett Wilson, but could not happen. I don't think I have a Drake London share yet. Give me a Drake London share. I haven't gotten one yet. I got to be honest, the price of early second feels pretty freaking egregious on Drake London, but sometimes you just got to pay the piper. I do want to have, I will say, I've been slacking. Usually I have the Week 17 schedule pretty much locked in by now, but I have been slacking, man. I haven't completely dived into drafts here just yet. The schedule did like literally just come out. So we have the Rams. I probably should have targeted a Week 17 stack. What? The Cardinals. Okay. So, oh, no. Marvin Harrison Jr. was gone. So whatever. Jets. We didn't have that luxury because Garrett Wilson went to pick before us. Man, I would have loved Garrett Wilson here. Wow. So Scott Connor is going Jalen Hurts here. That's like a 2-round reach on Hurts. I wonder what he's thinking. I wonder if he starred a bunch of Eagles and got auto-picked Jalen Hurts, or if this is a strategy play by him. I am not sure. I'm just hoping that the draft doesn't get scrapped, which I don't think I will. That's not that crazy. You said rip windshield, yeah, man. It's sad, but again, I get to play fantasy football for a living. You know, is it fun to pay a few $100s to repair a windshield? No, but am I now like living on the street because of it? No. We got Alex Cups in here. Windshield fun, thank you, man. I do appreciate that. We got Smooth Criminal in here. What's up? Puka was a thumbnail. Yes, sir. You just missed the draft, damn it. I figured Charles is Scott, which is weird. I don't know Scott. I don't know Scott personally. I've interacted with him on Twitter a bunch. I do is because he goes by Scott Connor, but then his handle's Charles Chill. I wonder which one is like actually his real name. You're taking Eckler every draft of this ADP. I don't know that I can get there, man. People are saying, yeah, that is Scott. Would be cool to see you collab with him. Yeah, I've been wanting to for a while, but it's tough. It's tough. I haven't found a spot where I want it because I do feel bad because I would love it. He's somebody that plays Dynasty at like he has like maybe 100 leagues at this point. And I know that Destination Devy, which he works at, has kind of like a roster look at kind of thing. I would love to just take like 3 of my most fixer-upper Dynasty teams and kind of go through with him on how he would fix them, but then I just feel like I'm getting a personal service done with an audience. So I don't know. It feels weird. I think that he would be open to it, but yeah, it's just a matter of those schedules kind of aligning. Dude, him and Ray GQ stream constantly. They are constantly streaming. Yeah, I saw that. I saw him and Ray have been doing underdog drafts, which is fun. Rams have a nice fantasy playoff schedule. Yeah, that's what I was looking at here. I'll kind of pull it up for you guys. It's a tweet that Pete sent me that I have bookmarked. I can maybe send a link if you guys want it. I'll send the link right now if you guys want it. Why not? Boom. But yeah, I was looking. So we went with LA Rams Puka. So San Fran, Jets, and Arizona is what I was looking at. We could have maybe gone Ayuk there, but I figured why not go London. He's like, so Washington, Giants, Las Vegas. Man, I cannot say that I have the I do not have Week 17 memorized just yet. I know it's like Ravens, Houston, Jets, Bills. That might be all I got, man. I think it might be like Dallas Eagles. Yep, Dallas Eagles, Denver, Cincinnati. I knew that one. All right, we're starting to learn. The hairstyle looking clean. Thank you, man. I just got out the shower. I was debating wearing a hat because it's kind of, I don't know, my hair's just kind of straight down right now, but I appreciate that, man. Sorry to hear the story with the golf ball. Don't take it too seriously. I like to joke. Have you went to Germany, visit your grandma's home country? Have I told you that my grandma was from Germany? That's hilarious. I know that dude, Torsten is like a real OG. I should go to the home country eventually. But yeah, again, it's not the end of the world that it's just very funny. Like, it's just very me that, a ball can go a million directions, and of course it hits my windshield, and now I have to pay for it. But it's whatever, man. Such is life, I guess you could really say. All right, so we're going to be up here in 4 picks. I think I'm just going to take an unstacked Josh Allen, as, like, bad as that kind of feels. No, give me Laporta. We'll take the tight end 1. Why not? I was debating Josh Allen. Could have maybe talked me into Josh Allen. But Sam Laporta, his ADP is 28, and we got him 6 picks after ADP there. You can see that here in the bottom. Damn it. But you can see that here, right? ADP 28, pick 34. So it's nothing crazy, but it is a little bit further past than usual for Laporta. So I don't mind it. It was kind of a tiebreaker anyways for me. I'm curious how you guys feel about that. My issue isn't so much Sam Laporta. It's really just that, man, I don't like the way that this is showing up here, but whatever. It's not really a Sam Laporta thing. It's really that Trey McBride and Mark Andrews are cheaper. You know? And I don't know that Laporta is someone that you would project for, like, much more than those guys, you know? So that's why I don't love paying extra for Laporta. But past his ADP there, I didn't hate it. You could have talked me into Josh Allen. I have a feeling I'm going to have a bunch of Josh Allen, not a lot of Laporta, though. So, I don't know. That was the tiebreaker, is that he was just past ADP. All right, so now we're back on the clock here. Probably going to be a running back. You could talk me into Jacobs or ETN. Get this back where it needs to be. Jeez, I'm all over the place. Man, I've been taking so much ETN. I'm going to go Jacobs here. Just because, I don't know, Jacobs is ahead in ADP. I think it's close between both of them. Jacobs probably the better projection. No, I'm taking ETN, man. Actually, no, I'll take Jacobs. I'm going to take Jacobs. I already have a ton of ETN. I also think that ETN is going to be someone that falls further past this ADP. Like, I don't think you have to step up to the plate and take ETN at his ADP every single time. So, I figured why not mix in a Josh Jacobs there. Let me also, can I zoom out in this window? Zoom out there. Nope. All right, that's fine. What else we got in here? Stress fracture in your femur? God damn, Christian. I would be crying. I would be crying. Even post-surgery. And even after everything being chill. I think he's just getting unique here. Yeah, I agree. I do wonder why you take Hurts there. Because I do think sometimes you can get Devontae to fall back to this spot, but I don't know. I guess he's just trying to really lock in that Eagle stack. I don't mind getting unique with that, though. It's not like this, dude, the second round sucks so bad. I don't mind reaching in the second round for something there. We got Brandon in here. What's up? What's up? London at the 2-3 is a reach. Yeah, I agree. I agree, but it's just kind of a pill you have to swallow. Like, that's his ADP. It's where he's going. I'm not gonna have 0 Drake London. And it wasn't a spot. I was begging for Garrett Wilson to get here, but I will say I'm curious. For those of you guys that say Drake London's overrated here, like, who's a miles better pick at 203? Because to me, everything kind of sucked. I'm not crazy about early second JT, but you can talk me into it. It's tough to talk me into early second JT when you can get Jacobs or ETN in the early 4th. You could talk me into, like, Ayuk, Devontae, Olave, but I'm just not sure that, like, I'm not sure any of these receivers project that much better than London, you know? I just kind of think the early second sucks as a whole. Like, it doesn't feel good taking Drake London here, but I don't know who it does feel good to take there. Scott mentioned he's carved his portfolio down to about 60 plus leagues. That's still a ton, man. I'm in. Depending on if you want to count, like I have a Devi league that's co-managed and some other stuff, but I have like 12 dynasty / Devi leagues, and I'm damn near maxed. I'm maxed. You sent out an offer of London and Brooks to the JJ, CD, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Any chance you think one gets done? That Amon-Ra St. Brown one is a maybe. He might, but I don't think so. That's what, like London in a late first. To me, definitely not Jefferson or CD, but Amon-Ra St. Brown maybe. I love the Green Bay offense this year. Your thoughts? I love them as well. Mike LaFleur. I don't think Mike LaFleur has ever had. I think that he maybe had like 1 year where his Green Bay offense wasn't really good, like top 10 in scoring. So they're going to score points. Josh Jacobs will be his main running back. I will say I'd rather go for the cheaper options at wide receiver. Like I don't really want to pay up for Jaden Reed. I'd rather take late swings on Wicks and Watson is kind of how I'm playing that. Garrett Wilson or Marv? Garrett Wilson for me. Last year I was not in the positive for underdog, but that's because it's really more tournament type structure. So you're kind of expecting to lose with like higher payouts at the top. But I will say, underdog did change some things for this like round of BBM. Man, everything feels like it sucks here. I do not like the board at all. I did just say I wasn't going to go Calvin Ridley, but because we have Jacobs, why not stack this Green Bay offense and kind of like hope that they go crazy? Why not? I don't hate that. I don't know. I'm not, dude. I love Xavier Worthy. I cannot stress enough, man. I love Xavier Worthy, but 5th round ADP, man. What the hell are we doing, man? He could be like 4th on this team in targets, behind Marquise Brown, behind Rashee Rice whenever Rashee Rice comes back, behind Kelsey. Like, there's no guarantee he's even out there on 2 wide receiver sets. I like the only way you're drafting him is if you think Rashee Rice is like suspended for the whole year, or if you think like weeks 10 on Xavier Worthy is like a top 12-ish type guy. I mean, I could see it. Should I take Worthy? Yeah, okay. So Worthy goes at the 602. Like I'm yet to be in position to take him. I think I would rather take Rome Odunze over Xavier Worthy. We have Mixon a little bit past his ADP here. Man. Give me Rome. I don't know. You could have talked me into Mixon. I'm just not the biggest Mixon fan. Just not. But yeah, I like Garrett Wilson over Marvin Harrison. What else we got? I'm behind on this chat. Ron, you have a Discord? I do. Second round is really the same as third this year. I agree. So we're saying JT over London. You prefer Olave over London. To me, it's a coin flip between the two. You think you're still Ayuk over London? Exactly. Like I don't hate the idea of Ayuk over London, but the 203, like you're not going to get London to fall back to where, you know, this like 17 to 22 range at this point. Like London continues to go 15th. Like maybe he'll fall to 17, but I know if I'm picking from this area, I'll almost always have the option of Ayuk, not for London. So instead of having 0 London, I like to mix him in ever so slightly here. Scott was in the 50s earlier this year? God damn. I could have sworn that he was like knocking on 100 at one point. 2 nights ago, someone took Kittle at the 2-3 turn to pair with McCaffrey. The thing is, man, again, like we've been saying, the second round is so ass. I don't even hate that. Actually, that's too far. That's too far. You can get Kittle. I mean, you could get Kittle at the 4-5 turn, and that's probably weird enough. Jaden Reed, could he have top 12 upside? I have a tough time. I can't remember who tweeted it out. Man, I think that it was Hayden. But it's tough, man. The games that the games that all of the Packers receivers played, it really was. it was so evenly distributed that, like I said, I'd rather just pay for the cheaper Watson or Wicks. But we did take Reed here because we took Jacobs already, so we have the Green Bay correlation and just, I don't know, there was a lack of options. We didn't need a tight end because we already had Laporta. I mean, you could have talked me into Mixon, but even then, still would have had to take a wide receiver at 63. So, you looking good today, no Diddy? I appreciate that. People have been saying, I don't know, I mean, my hair's not really the way that it usually is because I just got out the shower, but I do appreciate it, man. Fade's still looking decent. We are going down the Jersey Shore this weekend for Memorial Day weekend. So if any of you guys are going down the shore for Memorial Day, I know this is just my Jersey boys in the chat, but if you are, let me know. Let me know. If you see me, if you happen to see me, say what's up. That's always a nice. It's only happened a handful of times. But I'm with the boys and a fan comes up and says, "Hey, I know the YouTube channel." It's pretty sick, is really all I can say. Like when we went down the shore to film the draft party video, some dude came up to us at there's like a night, I guess you could call it a nightclub, but it's really more of like a bar. It's called Osprey. And some dude came up and was like, "Yeah, we're all going down the shore to do our fantasy draft as well," which is funny as hell. You would have gone Ayuk over London. He's in contract year, and Cousins coming off an Achilles tear. That's fair. The issue with Ayuk is just like there's so many studs in that offense. Volume's hard to come by. Just feels like a limited ceiling in the second round, but I don't know. Maybe they do trade Debo after like the June 1st designation or something. What are we going to have here? We're staring down Burrow, staring down Kyler, Deontay, Dak, Jordan Love. So there goes Kyler. Burrow after ADP, but I have no desire. You know what, man? We'll just lock in Jordan Love. I'm not crazy about it. You know, we could have waited till this 87 pick, but there's just nothing on the board here that I'm all that interested in. It's going to come down to one of like, it's going to be, I'm thinking between Deontay, I'm thinking between Hopkins, and then I've been liking Najee Harris recently, man. I know that's crazy. I know that's crazy, but I have been. So now that we have the Green Bay stack set up, right, with Jordan Love, with Jaden Reed, with Josh Jacobs, their Week 17 is Minnesota, then the Saints, and Seattle in terms of like 16, 15. Man, I think it's going to be Najee Harris here, man. I really do. Dude, I've been liking Najee Harris recently. I have. You could have talked me into DeAndre Swift there, but man, there's something about Arthur Smith with a guy like Najee Harris. Like, I do just think he's going to get fed. You could have talked me into a different running back there. You could have talked me into DeAndre Swift there to get some, because we already had Odunze for Chicago, but I'll roll with Najee. Even with the stack, I'm surprised you take Love over Burrow. I don't know. I mean, in like a 4-point passing touchdown league, if I got to be honest, man, I don't hate Burrow, but in a 4-point passing touchdown league, I don't really want Burrow unless if I have Chase or T. Mike wanted Pollard. Najee in a contract year. I don't know that I buy the contract year thing, but I do kind of think Najee could be good this year. I know they have Warren, but you bring in Arthur Smith, he's going to want like a more ground and pound type runner. They invested a ton in that offensive line. They're going to run the ball. I think Warren and Najee could both eat. Like, I think that they're both going to have stretches of the season where they're startable and like really good. And especially in best ball, like Najee's going to give you a floor of a certain amount of points on a weekly basis. What's up, Ron? I was watching that Dynasty video of the different teams you had on Excel. Were you planning on making a video of how you created that Juggernaut team? I might. I don't know if that'll be this offseason, but eventually I will. I agree on JC. I'm willing to take a risk on Henry. Yeah, I do. You said, am I the only one that thinks Derrick Henry in the 4th round feels absolutely criminal? Yeah, I've been sprinkling him in as well. I don't think that I was really in a position to get him here. Well, I guess no, I wasn't, because I took Laporta. I'm not going to take Derrick Henry over Laporta. And then if Henry got to this Jacob spot, I would have taken Henry for sure. How is it correlation by getting the QB and a non-pass catching running back? Isn't that a floor play? I don't know. I mean, Josh Jacobs has caught over 50 balls a bunch of years. And it really is more that I have Jaden Reed right now. I should probably go over the team for you guys real quick. I have Puka, Drake London, Sam Laporta, Josh Jacobs, Jaden Reed, Roma Dunze, Jordan Love, Najee Harris. So Jordan Love is really more of a stack to Jaden Reed than it is Josh Jacobs. But even then, I mean, Josh Jacobs can catch a receiving touchdown, you know. If Josh Jacobs has like 2 touchdowns on the day and like 100 yards, and one of the touchdowns is a receiving touchdown, and then Jaden Reed has another touchdown, and Jordan Love has like 3 touchdowns of his own, I mean, we're in business there. I'm in the same boat, man. I wasn't taking Najee at all last year, but that's because he was like quintessential dead zone running back. You know, getting drafted in like the 5th or 6th round on underdog, and then in home leagues, like more of like a 3rd round pick. So I couldn't get there. But now that like him and Warren are the same price, I have no issue taking Najee Harris in like the 8th round in these like 0 RB-ish type builds, you know? I actually have an old tweet where I said, Najee's someone that I'll never draft early in his career, and then once he's like an 8th round, 9th round pick and he's older, I'm going to be all over him. He feels a lot like year 4 Leonard Fournette. Remember when Fournette was on the Bucks and you could get him super cheap, you know, like 9th, 10th rounds. Who else was in that backfield that was getting Ronald Jones was getting drafted ahead of him, and then he absolutely crushed that year. It wouldn't shock me if we saw that with Najee Harris. I know that they don't have Brady, and it's like not like the same exact thing. And I would say Jalen Warren's much better than Ronald Jones, but you get what I'm saying. Who's winning the NBA? I will say, I won that bet by the skin of my chinny chin chin. I had that plus 1.5 series spread for the Nuggets. So all I needed was 3 wins from the Nuggets for that to cash. And I got to be honest, when they were down 0-2, I was down horrendous. I got to be honest, I have no read on the NBA, man. I thought after the Nuggets got it, you know, they forced a game 6. Once they got up 3-2, I thought the Nuggets were going to roll through and win everything, but they didn't. So I think it'll be Timberwolves or the Celtics. It didn't come down to the health of Porzingis, but it's tough. Let's go with... No, I'll take Cortland Sutton here, man. I kind of think Sutton's getting a little bit slept on. He is kind of the perfect best ball receiver. There's a shit ton of running backs here. I'm not dying to get Bowers when we already have Laporta. So yeah, we'll go Sutton. Why not? Do we have any other stacks sort of setting up here? No, we just have Green Bay, which is Seattle, New Orleans, Minnesota. Seattle, New Orleans, Minnesota. Nothing for us here. And then we also have like nothing else too crazy. What does Bowers have? Atlanta, Jacksonville, New Orleans. That does. Oh, we do have some Atlanta. So Bowers does work. If Bowers makes it to 111, we'll take him on principle, and that'll be our last tight end. But if not, we'll probably just take one of these running backs here. I'm curious, do you guys have a running back here that you like? Like we have Javonte, Chubb, Eckler, Singletary. I don't mind taking a running back here. The quarterbacks are Tua, Trevor Lawrence, Goff. I don't feel like taking any of them here. If I had a Jacksonville guy, I would debate Trevor Lawrence, but I'll probably chill. I'm not that big into Javonte either, man. I will say if Javonte got traded to the Cowboys, that wouldn't shock me at all either, and then he could skyrocket up boards, but that's a lot of wishful thinking. I think I'll probably take Brock Bowers here. Brock Bowers, 10 picks past ADP, and he has week 15 correlation to my Drake London. I do just love Brock Bowers. I can't quit him, man. We're getting 10th round value, and all of these running backs kind of suck. I'll get Brock Bowers, and that'll be it. We already have Laporta, so that's honestly that's devoting a lot more draft capital than I'd like at tight end. But again, he fell. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't know. I could have taken Gus Edwards, but man, Gus Edwards is a tough one for me. That just feels like a purely projection play. I don't know. That gives me some shades of Jamal Williams in New Orleans after leading the league in touchdowns with Detroit. Maybe I'm being unfair there. You could have talked me into Chubb. You could have talked me into Eckler, but I'm kind of out on both at price. I don't know. I don't know that you guys are going to love that pick, but I'm fine, being done at tight end. We get Brock Bowers at a value there. He has week 15 correlation to Drake London if you care about that at all. And I do feel like, Sam Laporta is good enough that he can find his way into the flex spot some week if him and Bowers both do well. So I don't hate it. And then we can lock that in at just 2 tight ends. We don't have to get a third, which is nice. But, I mean, with Laporta, you could literally go with, like, Hunter Henry or, like, Noah Fant and be fine. So we're definitely, not the most efficient use of our draft capital there. But it was a weird spot. I didn't really like anything else on the board. Any chance of a double feature tonight? Sadly, not. My buddies are coming over around like 8:30 Eastern to see. We're gonna watch the Oilers Game 7. It's been a great series. Honestly, anything with McDavid is worth seeing. I don't know if any of you guys are hockey guys out there, but it seems like he's hurt or something because he's not scoring goals or shooting at net, which is interesting. But he's still amazing. Chubb definitely the most talented. I agree. Maybe I should mix in more Chubb. I just have such a tough time. Chargers have a great offensive line. Yeah. I agree. I would just rather take one of the cheaper options. I'd rather take a Dobbins later. I'd rather take a Kamani Vidal later. I also wouldn't put it out of the question that the Chargers trade for somebody. I don't know. 10th round Gus Edwards is pretty, what am I trying to say? It's not the most egregious thing of all time. If I had some kind of correlation with them, I would do it, but I'm out. Can't do it. Should an all-in dynasty team with Jay Jettis look to swap within tier to Lamb or Chase? Probably not. I think they're all fine. Laporta and Bowers, nasty tight end duo. Edwards, maybe he can be how Frank Gore was in San Fran. That's true. Harbaugh always has a good rushing attack. I agree. I just don't know who it's going to be, and I'd rather take the cheaper options, Might come back to bite me, though. I will be honest there. Damn, so there goes Josh Palmer. Is an unstacked Herbert crazy here? Man, I would love to, but I cannot. We have Charbonnet. We have Jerry Jeudy. Josh Downs. Xavier Legette. I'm going to take Sharb. I don't mind him. I think he has some kind of correlation that we need. He has correlation to Chicago and Green Bay. All right. Not anything crazy. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what this is going to end up being. It's probably going to be like a 3 quarterback build. Could be a 2 quarterback build. I debated Herbert there. Herbert makes it back to us. I might take him. this guy takes Herbert. You could talk me into Kirk Cousins or Stafford. We do have Drake London and Puka. But I'm just going to take Herbert past his ADP, man. I don't really care if it's a naked Justin Herbert. I just, 12th round Justin Herbert, I just can't pass up, man. If I had to stack him with last round Brendan Rice or DJ Chark, truly so be it. Truly so be it. I have no choice, man. I have no choice. It's Justin Herbert, man. It's Justin Herbert. I can't quit him, man. ADP 126. We get him at 135. Not the craziest fall, but, like, dude, we're 12th round, man. We're talking Aaron Rodgers. We're talking Stafford. We're talking Kirk Cousins. Like, come on, man. I know it's not... I know it's fantasy football and it's not who's the best real-life football player, but I'll be damned, man. What quarterback did I even just draft him at? Like, all right, so Hurts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I just drafted him at QB 18, man. QB 18, Justin Herbert. I'll do that all day. I have to. Is he unstacked and uncorrelated? Yeah. But it's just what I have to do. It's just what has to happen here. Stafford has won a Super Bowl. This is true. This is a true statement. You said, fair enough. I need Miller and Boser to annihilate the Oilers if I want to have a prayer of my team advancing to the third round. Oh, do you have an underdog NHL team? That's sick. Got to hop in a draft? Yeah, dude. 100%. You've been pumping the content, Bindles. I feel like every day on Twitter I see you saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be on stream with this guy." What do you think of Scotty Scheffler's arrest and booking? I thought it was just hilarious. It's honestly... Like, he took it in stride really well. It probably is something that shouldn't have happened, but it's probably good to, just for the idea of bringing eyeballs onto golf. So I think it's just kind of W's all around. What else did we get here? Learn Hayden Hurst. The issue is we were already maxed out at 2 tight ends, so I'm going to have to figure something out there. Probably going to be 18th round Brendan Rice. How much exposure do you have of Dalton Kincaid? I gotta be honest, not a lot, man. Not a lot. I don't, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I have, I don't know if I have any Dalton Kincaid. In Best Ball Manias. In the big board, I might have a little bit. But I'm not as big of a fan, man. To me, he's less... Laporta, Kelsey, Andrews, and he's more like Jake Ferguson, Dalton Schultz, kind of just a product of Josh Allen. The same way that those guys are a product of Dak Prescott. His ADOT was low. His yards per out run was low. His yards to the catch was low. Like, he's kind of just this like low ADOT possession tight end. That was I was gonna say freshman. That was as a rookie. Could he definitely progress from there? Sure. But I do have a hard time. I think Dawson Knox is going to play a lot more than people think as well. He's still on contract under like 2 years, and he's somebody that is beloved by the city. I think he had like a family member pass away, and then the whole city rallied around him and like donated to charity. He's like buddies with Josh, and I know that that's all narrative-based stuff, but I do think that they're not just going to shrug. They're not just going to put Knox to the side. So I don't think the route percentage is going to be as high as people want. I don't think the usage is going to be that great. I know he's attached to Josh Allen, but I mean, where did he go in this draft? Yeah, I can't draft him ahead of Mark Andrews. I can't. If he was like right in this Kyle Pitts area, somewhere in this, like, I could do 6th round Dalton Kincaid. Okay, and we're on the clock here. I'm being a bit of an idiot. Jalen Polk, Roman Wilson, Jermaine Burton, Kamani Vidal. Let's take Kamani Vidal. I know stacking to running back isn't like the best thing ever, but it's something. Gives us some correlation for Herbert there. And we get some like weird reverse correlation where if Gus Edwards goes down, they pass more, and then Kamani Vidal comes in and is the main guy. Probably some tinfoil hatting there, though, I will be honest. So let's think here. The stacks we have set up are the Chargers and Green Bay. Chargers have Tampa, Denver, New England. You could talk me into a third quarterback here. Rams, Falcons, Chicago, Denver. But it's probably not necessary. I am bummed that Polk went right there. Adam Thielen, Malachi Corley, Marvin Mims. Yeah, Jermaine Burton was someone I was looking at. I can't do Roman Wilson. Trying to think of how we're going to land this plane here. I think we're going to probably end up with 5 or 6 running backs. Could go with a third quarterback, but I kind of think Jordan Love and Justin Herbert might be enough. We need some wide receivers, but they all suck. I've been kind of liking Malachi Corley. But I might just take Antonio Gibson here. And kind of really, like, I mean, our last like 4 picks are going to be wide receivers here. Yeah, we're going to go Antonio Gibson here. We got some New England to Chargers Week 17 correlation in there. We're still yet to get any Minnesota for our Green Bay stuff Week 17. So that'll be on the to-do list for the rest of this draft here. All right. Not bad. Not bad. But yeah, I'm not that high on Dalton Kincaid right now. Thoughts on Travis Kelce and Trey McBride? It's a bummer that the public has caught on to Kelce. He was someone that was more of like a 4th-round pick, and then the Rashee Rice stuff happened, and then he got like an extension. So he's now more of like a 3rd-round pick, like right next to Laporta. But even still, you know, they're still both probably really cheap for tight end 1, so I don't hate it. I will say I'm going to put up another Hayden chart here where he kind of had, because I'm curious to know if I should be taking 3 quarterbacks or 2 quarterbacks. He had a cool chart that kind of showed when you should be taking your quarterbacks. So let's see. When it was optimal to draft quarterbacks in 2023. Okay, so let's actually put this here. So I drafted my quarterback. My first quarterback we took at I think round 8. Where did I take our round 7? So we took our first quarterback in round 7 and our second quarterback in round 12. So round 7 was a 1 quarterback. Round 7, 1 quarterback. Okay. And then we drafted 2 quarterbacks in round 12. I don't know. I don't know what. 2 quarterbacks builds didn't work until round 13 plus. So we took our second quarterback maybe a little bit too early. Do we need our 3rd quarterback around 17? I don't know how to read. I'm struggling to read this chart. I'll be honest. I should really. So we drafted our first quarterback. So that's 1 quarterback. We drafted our first quarterback in round 7. Boom. So then how do we navigate the rest of this chart? We took our second quarterback in round 13. Oh, no, 12. So that's where we're at here. All right. I don't know. I've lost it. I can't tell if this means we should be taking a 3rd quarterback in round 16 plus or not. Maybe it kind of means that, but I think we're fine. Whatever. I don't know. I might have to talk to Hayden about what the hell that chart means for me. What else? You said the Herbert falls have been wild. Got him to fall to 1402. God damn. What's Ron's handicap? I currently don't have one, man. I'm yet to break 100. I'm yet to have a handicap. This is only my 2nd season golfing. I'm just trying to get better every time I go. That's really all I got. Jalen Wright in Miami could be amazing. Yeah, I agree. We got Brock in here. What's up? Have I seen any quantitative support for schedule correlating? I have. I can't exactly direct you straight to it myself, so I don't know that I have. that data on me. Give me Javon Baker, man. Actually, no. I'm gonna reach on the Mario Douglas. I don't care. We'll reach on the Mario Douglas. I'll let my nuts hang on the Mario Douglas, man. He's way too cheap. Way too cheap. Again, he reminds me a lot of early career Jacoby Myers when he was just mispriced in all of these drafts. Javon Baker should not be more expensive than DeMario Douglas. He just shouldn't. DeMario Douglas is a lock to be the day one slot receiver. Javon Baker might. I love Javon Baker, but he might never actually crack the top like 4 teams or the top like 4 wide receivers. Because you could have Kendrick Bourne in the mix, and then DeMario Douglas and Jalen Polk. He might be wide receiver 4. So yeah, I can't get there. Let's see. You could talk me into a quarterback, but I think that ship has sailed. I need Vikings. What are the late round Vikings options? Oh, man, nothing. All right, so we're going to have no Minnesota correlation. I'm not taking Cam Akers. Should I scroll the F down and take Cam Akers? There's no way. No. Yeah, so we're just screwed on the Vikings correlation. So we have Seattle, New Orleans is the other stuff. Seattle, New Orleans. I'll probably just take a falling Marvin Mims here. I kind of want this to be a 2-6-8-2 build, but I'm not 100% certain yet. Yeah, we'll take Mims. I mean, his ADP is at 171. I think that he's pretty much a 0 at this point. Just like a 16th round pick. All I need to do is give me like 1 week. All I need is 1 week. And he does have week 16 correlation to Justin Herbert. So we'll take that. But somebody was asking, I don't know. I've done videos that support it. It's not crazy to think that you want correlated schedule stuff. I mean, most of the winners of these contests have had some kind of correlation, especially in week 17. If you want to dispute 15 or 16, fine. But the schedule stuff is a nice added thing. Now, if you want to argue, is it substantial enough to care as much as maybe some of us care, you can definitely argue that, but it's definitely not a bad thing to think about and use as a tiebreaker is kind of how I would put it. Wow, so Devontae Parker literally did just retire. All right, Devontae Parker. Salute. All right, so let's scroll down. Do this for now. I don't know that I really like it, though. You said you sent a DM about Devy trade? All right, I'll look into it. Windshield's fucked. It's fucked. And insurance has a $500 deductible, which means if it comes out to $700, I pay $500, insurance pays $200. The issue is that it's going to come out to like $400. So I'm going to pay $400 and insurance is going to pay $0. So it's not great, but like I said earlier, man, I get to play fantasy football for a living. I'm not living on the street. I'm living in my mom's basement. A $400 windshield repair isn't going to kill me. So it's all good, man. It's truly whatever. But just like one of the more spectacularly dumb things to ever. I genuinely am one of the unluckiest people in the world, man. I can't stress that enough. Like a golf ball randomly hitting my windshield is just the most, I don't know, man. Just something that would only happen to me. Where's Ray Davis going on underdog? I feel like he's probably already gone. Maybe not, or I was gonna say there's no way he's getting drafted that high. Ray Davis, he's got to be still on the board, huh? Gotta be. No. No, somebody took him. His ADP is 157, so he's actually going pretty high. He went here. He went at the 1309. All right, that's pretty high. Any low for Tucker Craftley? Yeah. I don't mind him. Let's see. Man, you could talk me into a late receiver here. Or a late quarterback, I mean. You could talk me into Bo Nix. To Sutton and Mims. But it's like, no, I don't know that I need a third quarterback. I really don't. I mean, we already have Love. We already have Herbert. You could talk me into it. You could talk me into it. Anybody think that we should go Bo Nix, third quarterback here? I'm truly debating it. I am. I'll give you that much. San Fran, Denver, Cleveland, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chargers, New England. We already have that. New Orleans, Seattle. You know what? Give me Elijah Mitchell, man. I still do think that he's the clubhouse leader to lead that backfield. Yeah, we'll take Elijah Mitchell. I'm not crazy about that pick. He's someone I've been mixing in. I know Garendo goes ahead of him in this. So that's our 6th running back. Don't really have anything that we need correlation-wise. I think I'm going to take Brendan Rice here, man. I know it's like, dude, like he's probably going to suck. Maybe I'll take DJ Chark. I don't know. I'll take one of these 2 Chargers receivers here. I feel only lucky. First time on a golf course, I got smoked in the back with a golf ball. Damn. That's brutal, man. People are saying pass on Knicks. Feels like a third quarterback is just double condom move. I agree, but it also does give you some higher upside because it gives you access to another game stack. But yeah, I'm just going to I'll take Brendan Rice or DJ Chark here. Devontae Parker had a hell of a career for a guy that couldn't separate at all. I talked about it with Matt Harmon, which is honestly just a crazy thing to say. But he is literally all first team, all just like crazy circus catch highlight reel. Like he is somebody that his mixtape goes crazy, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so we'll go last pick DJ Chark here, and then boom, a little 2-6-8-2. Kind of a 0 RB-ish build. Could have made the case that maybe that was one too many running backs, but I think that's fine. Take our first running back in Jacobs and pick 87, then 130, 154, 150 something, and then 202. That's fine by me. 8 wide receivers. Could have maybe gone with 3 quarterbacks, but I don't think we needed it. In terms of stacks, not great for Week 17 correlation. I don't think we have any Minnesota, Green Bay. But we do have, if Chargers, New England pops off, we do have Herbert, Kamani Vidal, DJ Chark, with Demario Douglas and Antonio Gibson on the other side, which is fun. And then we do have Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Jaden Reed. And we have a little Seattle, a little Week 15 correlation there, but that's about it. Nothing really great correlation-wise. You kind of hate to see that, but it's all good. You like Mitchell's a lotto ticket? Yeah, I agree. McCaffrey does have a lot of miles on him. It just comes down to who you think leads that backfield when McCaffrey goes down. I still think it's Elijah Mitchell. I think Elijah Mitchell has earned at least the first crack at that job. I think so, man. I know Jordan Mason's there. I know Isaiah Garendo's there. I do think that Elijah Mitchell has earned the first crack. And I honestly think Elijah Mitchell's a sneaky guy, or if like the Cowboys are picking up the phone, or if the Chargers pick up the phone and want a running back. Like I think there's a couple of running backs that I think have some trade appeal, where I think it's, I would say Miles Sanders, I would say Dameon Pierce, I would say, what did we just say? Dameon Pierce, Miles Sanders, Elijah Mitchell, Khalil Herbert. I'd say those are my 4, where if one of those guys got traded to LA or got traded to Dallas, it wouldn't shock me at all. So that is our 8th one. Remember, this 2 Cardio Club drafts down here. But I do appreciate y'all coming out. Like I've said before, we're going to be doing this all off season long. Every Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, when I don't have my windshield cracked by a golf ball. So then I am calling insurance, and then I'm calling the Honda dealership, whatever. Happens to the best of us. We will be here on this channel all summer long, drafting, streaming Best Ball Mania teams, which if you're new to Underdog and you want to get in on the fun as well, draft some teams you can check out here as well. You have pick'em options as well. Can we see the pick'ems? We got MLB options. You got WNBA options. We got Caitlin Clark, higher lowers on second half points. I guess this is like, this is a live game right now. Dude, they have live projections, which is crazy. Like some of the projections here are better than you can find anywhere else. Updating live. You have NHL, so this is tonight. You got Silovs, who's been nasty in the net. All right. I mean, they have a ton of stuff to mess around with. I don't even know how NHL scoring works, but you can mess around on the Pick'em lobby. You can mess around in these drafts, Best Ball Mania, all summer long. Use promo code Ron. They will match your first deposit up to $250. They're going to match half your deposit, so you deposit $100, they'll match $50. You deposit $500, they'll match $250, and that is the max. All with promo code Ron, and you'll get a special Pick'em in the Pick'em lobby that should just be like a freebie pretty much, where it's like higher than 0.5 something, and then you can kind of string together with a bunch of other projections as well. So with all that being said, you can find links to all of that in the description in the comment section down below. I appreciate you guys coming out here, hanging out, talking with the boy on a Monday night. As always, I love you guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.